Will BONK overtake Pepe? That's the question that everyone in the meme space is actually trying to answer right now. So I'm gonna give a personal opinion on what I think about this duo, about what's actually happening between both and what I believe that is gonna happen. Now we should get started with the basics. BONK is actually number 4 already of the biggest meme coins on CoinMarketCap with a market capitalization of $4.1 billion, you guys can see. So Pepe is already at $8.5 billion. Now when it comes to the chart, both are at all-time high, so there is no difference there. So if you have that phrase of I never buy at all-time high, well, don't buy any of these two because they both are all-time high. But there is a few interesting things that are happening that makes me lean towards one. So wish you guys throughout this video, so watch until the end, you're gonna understand which one I'm actually liking the most. I do hold both, even though I do have a little bit more of BONK for the reasons that I'm gonna explain. And yeah, just watch the video and then you take your own decisions and you make your own move, because at the end of the day, this is not financial advice. Keep that in mind. Second, we're actually trying to hit 50,000 subscribers in 2025. So make sure to help us out, subscribe, like, and of course, leave a comment down below. Now, with that out of the way, let's actually go back to the main topic. Will BONK overtake Pepe? Well, this is a question that even myself or anybody can actually tell you. It depends on the sentiment, it depends on the market, it depends on Solana, it depends on the volume, and on a bunch of other things. But for this video, we are going to be focusing only on BONK. There is a lot of interesting news that everyone's actually bullish on. That's why everyone is bullish on BONK in the last few days. That's why the price has increased by over 70% in the last 7 days. And that's why, I mean, everyone is just making price predictions. Everyone is bullish. New central exchange is listing, like a bit just listed BONK, and the volume is like $400 million. Plus, that is not a joke, because Upbeat is actually the number 5 central exchange by volume. So of course, this is not a joke. If Upbeat lists your token on their, their market, on the Korean market, this is gonna be a big thing for the protocol. You guys can see if you go to Upbeat, they are already listed with around $339 million in volume. Plus, they already listed USDT back then in November, I believe. But this is actually pretty good news for the ecosystem. But that's not the main reason why everyone is actually so bullish on BONK in the last 7 days, and actually for the next months or so, because this is something that is going to happen until, I believe, actually they can help you. Let me get the right information, until December 25. You guys can see it right, December 24. So they're kicking off a $1 trillion BONK burn, which is of course actually pretty bullish for everyone. Burnings, some people like them, some people don't. They don't really like help the price that much, but they do make the of course the total supply a little bit smaller, so everyone likes that. Right now, if you actually go to CoinMarketCap, the total supply of BONK is 92.7 trillion tokens. So burning 1 trillion of that is like near 1% of the supply, but it's still a project with a $5.1 billion market cap, and for a $4.1 billion market cap, and of course a $5 billion fully diluted value. It's still pretty significant. That is a lot of money, 1% of the total value of the ecosystem. So think about that for a second. So the burn is gonna happen gradually. It's gonna start, actually it started already on November 15th. Today is November 20th, and of course it's gonna end on December 24th. This is gonna be happening through a sort of social activities, and you guys can see they give a lot of information here how it's gonna happen. You gotta use less BONK on X. For every post using less BONK, 1,000 BONK will be burned, and blah 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 blah. I'm not gonna be getting into that because that's not the main topic of why we are so bullish on the protocol. Now, the first thing that actually that makes me actually hold BONK more than Pepe, actually be more bullish on Pepe, is especially for the market cap. So is the underdog between both, because one actually is a little bit older. I believe BONK launched before Pepe back in 2022, at the end of 2022, but this one is still half the market cap of Pepe. Now, let's be realistic. To make a 10x with one of these main coins is pretty hard. It's gonna take a long time. They can get there to a $1 trillion market cap. We don't even know, because it is. I don't even know if we can get, let's say, to $1 trillion market cap. But I'd say $100 billion market cap, you're still making like 100x or something, like 20x or something like that. But for BONK, with a $4.1 million market cap, billion dollar market cap, is still quite far from Doge, which is a $57 billion market cap. Then Shiba Inu, $14 billion market caps. And then we have Pepe with $8.5 billion market cap. And then we have BONK. So this one is the underdog when it comes to these two. What's going to happen? So if we go from here to at least Pepe, so if we overtake Pepe, remember that I hold both. I'm actually just thinking and trying to make my sort of my plan and what do I believe is going to happen if it actually happens and why. This is already 100% gains, which is still pretty good. Of course, you may be trading leverage, which is up to 100x, 150x, I don't even know. But I trade spot, so if price does a 100% increase, I will be making double my money. That's it. I'm actually using any leverage because at the end I'm here for the long term, and I just like to sleep every night. I don't want to be awake over leverage and then just losing all my position, right? So, but leverage is fine. 5%, 10x leverage is actually fine. That's not an issue. So it's gonna be depending on you guys. Now, they just actually overtook Dog with with a $3.3 billion market cap, and then we have Floki, 2.3 billion, and a bunch of other stuff. Actually, I was going around the website, which I already did before, or the sort of the tokenomics and a bunch of things about the protocol. Actually, they are building quite a lot. This is just not a meme coin on Solana. Of course, most of the volume, even on the centralized side, still on Solana. You guys can see the majority of the volume is still coming from, let me show you. No, this is Pepe. BONK DEX. The majority of the volume is coming from Radium, Meteora, of course, Sol, BONK, Sol, Orca, Meteora VD, Sol, Radium. So, of course, all the volume is on Solana, even though they already support, I don't even know, like 13 chains, 11 chains, something like that. But most of the volume is on Sol. And, of course, all centralized exchanges, since they are even listed on Binance and Coinbase, and I mean, every exchange that you can imagine. And right now they are listing as well on a BIP, which is actually getting a lot of volume. If you guys can see, the most amount of volume was on Binance, and of course a bit, which is the new market they just listed, I believe yesterday or something like that. Let me actually find it for you. So I gotta give you a correct information. Actually today, and I mean it is really good to see that there is that much volume, around $350 million already, almost $350 million in volume, which is really massive. Actually, almost the same as Coinbase, which they have been listed for a while now, and is half of what Binance is doing. Of course, Binance is number one. So that's pretty massive. That brought around $400 million of volume to the ecosystem. So that listing was, of course, a bullish thing that happened for BONK. But if you go to the news, everyone is just bullish on it. Everyone is excited of how BONK is gonna hit this and that. Everyone is looking for price predictions, 70% increase. BONK flipped off with a hat, and of course the way to all-time high with Solana along for the ride. Solana is doing really good. Solana does well. The main coins are gonna do well. BONK price predictions, blah 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 blah. So I mean, everyone is just bullish. And as I say, for me, BONK and Pepe, there is not like much of a difference, even though both communities are really massive. BONK has like 800 on-chain users, or 800,000 on-chain users already, which is of course a lot. But for me, just looking at the numbers, based on the numbers, for Pepe to give me a 2x has to go to around $17 billion, because it's at $8.5 billion right now. $17 billion to give me just a 100% increase, 100% return, which is still quite good. But meme coins are not made for 100% return. So there is a lot of low market cap meme coins that can make you 5x, 10x, 50x, 100x, and even 1000x if you get lucky, even more. But this is just safe place. For example, BONK, Pepe, Chiba, Dogecoin, they are not going to be going anywhere. So these are sort of your safe place, your old coin. Just think about it for a second. That you are trying to make 30%, 50% gains, 100% gains, 200% a max, 300% if you get that lucky. But in reality, these are not make you life-changing money. If you have $1,000 and the price does a 2x, you're going to be making to the $1,000 more. That's it. If you're trading spot, if you're trading leverage, you can make as much leverage as you're making, right? But for pump and fan coins or for any sort of coin that is actually just listing with a few $1,000 market cap, with a $70,000, $100,000 market cap, they go to $1 billion, of course. That's where the money is made. That's where the generational money is made, the new money. But these coins are just safe place at this point. You're not going to be making that much return. You're not going to be making that much money. So it's hype, it's safe, it's exciting. The community is massive. But remember that the gains are not going to be that impressive because the numbers are already too diluted. It's just too big already. And that's the reality of these coins. That's my personal opinion, at least what I believe. Yes, it can go to 14 billion. It can go to 20 billion. You're going to be making 3x. 5x, 10x your money. That's insane. That's really, really good return. Because in the bank or whatever sort of traditional investment, you're going to be making 10% if you lack it a year, and then you got to deal with inflation. And these one are deflationary tokens that don't have inflation, and of course you don't have to deal with that. But this is still quite good, and that's the reason. Just for the sort of that it's smaller, is half the market cap of Pepe, is actually a little bit more trendy. The community is a little bit is more excited these days. It's actually doing better than Pepe as well. You guys said that Pepe is doing massively. 57% increase in the last 7 days is massive, but this one over like perform Pepe. So that's the reality. And the last 24 hours is actually up by 11%. So it's really good. So that's my sort of my reasoning. That's the way that I'm seeing. Why would I invest in BONK and not in Pepe? Because it's smaller in market cap, because a little bit trendier, and because this one could make me more yields, or could generate yields at an easier rate than Pepe, could make me more money than Pepe in the short term. That's my personal opinion. I do not like to buy at all-time highs, so I already bought a long time before. But for you guys that are getting into that, you're thinking, should you buy Pepe now? Should you buy BONK now? You gotta think about that. You gotta think about which one is going to make you the most amount of money. Or if you're just going by feeling, by what you like, which one is giving you the best vibe, which one you like the most, then go with that. But both are all-time high. Both is a risk play. But Solana is doing pretty good. Everything is trendy these days. Bitcoin is still at $92,000. Solana is going to be breaking all-time high soon again, I believe. And so we should be fine for the next few months, I believe, at least until Christmas. Let's see what's going to happen after that. But pretty good for BONK, pretty good for Solana, pretty good for Pepe. 70% increase in the last 7 days for BONK is massive. 50-something% increase for the last 7 days for Pepe is massive. They actually have been outperforming pretty much everything. You guys can see 375 Moon Deck is still doing quite well with a $40 million market cap already. You guys can see the gains. I mean, this is the meme coin space, but if you actually go to the overall market and you go to the 7-day price increase, you're gonna see BONK is actually doing quite well. Mantra is on it is like 178% increase in the last 7 days. HBAR 116%, XLM like 82%. Peanut 73%, $1.6 billion market cap already. That's wild. Really, really wild. Of course, Binance announced their listing, so that's why. But BONK is doing massively well. Pepe is doing massively well. The whole meme coin space on Solana is doing massively well. Solana is doing insanely well as well, the volume. So, I mean, it's a win-win for everyone else. So you make your own decisions, choose the one that you like, and just, I wish you good luck. Remember, this is investing, since it can go both ways. But for now, the market is doing really, really well. Everyone is happy. The sentiment is good. Everyone is extremely excited about what's happening with the crypto space right now. And for the first time ever, actually hearing people say it, I want Bitcoin to go down. It's always why it's going down, but right now we are switching from why it's going down to I hope it goes down so I can buy more. So we are in that phase that, oh, this is the real thing. This is the big deal. There is not going to be opportunities like this pretty much again. This is like, I mean, this is the new money. Just put it like this. This is the new finance. And everyone is just realizing that they should have bought in the last few bear markets we have. That was the best time to buy crypto. But a lot of people didn't saw it that way, and they were just sad. They saw that it was gonna die, the crypto market just dead, and now we're seeing all the gains that they miss out. And of course, for those of us that are still here, that are still building, still investing, still supporting crypto, it's a good day for all of us. So yeah, remember to leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think about BONK. Do you like Pepe, BONK? Which coin are you buying? I want to know all that information. And remember to just go to 50,000 subscribers by the end of 2025. Pretty excited about that. And I'm gonna see you guys later. Stay safe.